All right, so the 85 will not be racing tomorrow. Instead, I'm gonna explain to you guys how irritating it can be to work on cars. And in turn, what it has taught me. First things first, count your blessings. This is a blessing of mine. I've tried not to mess with it too much because I knew that I was just gonna mess it up. So trying to keep that in decent shape because I can actually still race this. Patience is a virtue, one that I do not have, but I have been taught this, forced to have this through my automotive hobby. In the last little few clips, you saw me try and put this water pump on. It's the wrong water pump. I have to completely rethink my whole alternator bracket situation. So that's my life right now, and that's what that is. So whatever. I've got parts in my shopping cart, and I'm gonna order those, and hopefully we can actually get this thing ready to thrash. Unfortunately, I did not think too far enough ahead, and we're not racing the 85 because I suck, and that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm gonna let this thing warm up a little bit, and I'm going to check the fluids and just make sure everything feels right and it's all good to go, because this is what I will be driving tomorrow. So it should be interesting to actually see. So yeah, I'm going to make sure this thing is going to get up to temp. I love this car so much. So much. Just gonna sit in here for a minute. So, the irony of this whole situation is that this is the car that got me into cars, and it's the only car that's really kept me from absolutely hating cars. That thing, this bastard right here in all of its 80s glory, it looks like it's doing a wheelie right now. I've never had more struggles with an inanimate object in my entire life. If you haven't done this already, but you're watching a car video, you probably will. Because a lot of people are car people and they don't really know it until they get a vehicle that they end up bonding with. My wonderful fiance, she had a Buick, it was like a 90-something Buick, and it was blue on blue, kind of ugly, but she loved that car. Loved it to death. Didn't realize until she went to get rid of it how much she loved that car. And, you know, everybody's had a vehicle like that. Everybody's had, like, it's their first, you know, automotive love. It's just mine. My first vehicle that I bought with my own money, the Buick Regal, that was the one for me. I was like, okay, I love how this vehicle makes me feel, and I just need to maintain this feeling. So I bought this POS, and I sold the Regal. Biggest mistake of my life, I think. I've been pretty fortunate with my choices. This is not an example of that. This car has absolutely been a thorn for the longest time. But you know what? I still love it. Couldn't tell you why, but I do. I still love it. It just needs some love and affection, that's all. Anyways, let's check some fluid and check the tire pressure, because we're gonna get to race the C5 with good tires on it. Good ones. It won't have pig-like understeer. It won't understeer like, you know, a pug on hardwood. Which is why their faces look like that. It's because they understeer, by the way. Alright, yeah, let's check some stuff. Kind of sucks. I mean, brakes look, you know, brake fluid's a little dirty, but at some point soon we're going to probably put some pads and rotors in this thing, because it needs front brakes. It's got warped rotors in the front, so under hard braking it kind of which is kind of annoying. This trusty steed though, my goodness, always looking out for me. That thing though is always trying to kill me. I love this car, I really do, but it needs like probably about $1,000 to be a nice track car. That's not including tires. I kind of still want to do the electric water pump, but I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to throw this bracket on really quick and see how everything lines up. I mean, it still kind of sucks for a couple different reasons. But, I mean, the main focus here is that the main focus being I think we can make this happen. I think I'm gonna put, this is gonna be stupid, but that's like a little, I just took a break. And I looked at that car for a minute, and I was like, okay, yeah, cars, whatever, it's all good. And now I'm kind of stoked, because if you look, God, my nose. Because if you look, I'll take you to the other side, because it looks better this way. But with the water pump back on, the pulley will be right here. So I could absolutely, definitely have the alternator over here, which is grooved, have it running. So there would be a belt coming all the way up here, but it would come down underneath the water pump pulley, up over this air pump delete pulley, back down the power steering, where it would actually, you know, do what it's supposed to do. So I think we're gonna be okay. It just means I have to spend another $100 and whatever on a alternator bracket for the passenger side, and yeah, alternator bracket for the passenger side, and then I need to get a new coolant hose because this one is soda canned and beer rigged, as I'll call it. But I hate doing this because I feel bad, because I'm always like, oh man, I'm gonna get all this done so you guys will get to watch a good chunk of process and actually get to see me get stuff done in one video. But because of my scheduling, and I actually have to work, and I'm working a lot, and I'm doing a lot of different things, unfortunately I can't really set it up to where I can work on this project 3 days over the course of a week and a half and put that video out later. So I kind of have to, like, okay, I need this video within the next 3 days. I need this next video within the next 3 days. So that's kind of why you guys are getting this kind of jumblement of stuff. And I do apologize. It does suck, and I'm sure it's very annoying. But, I mean, it is what it is for now. I'm trying to do as best as I can with this content. And I think it's going to end up being really, really good. Here in a little bit, I just got to keep upgrading the shop and everything and keep doing what I'm doing here. A key is to try and keep it budget. I was just thinking earlier, I was like, you know what? Why would I put all these pulleys and new stuff in when I'm going to buy an electric water pump for it anyways? But I don't want to spend $300 on a reliable electric water pump right now. I'd rather just spend a little bit less and get a new setup and be good to go. Hopefully that's how it's going to work. And old girl's ready for some racing. I love driving this car so much, and I miss driving. Eventually, as I'm sure you guys have already heard 15 times by now, and I'm sure you're over it, this thing eventually is going to have like 305s or 315s on all four corners. When I do rebuild the engine, I'm just going to build it like as dead nuts reliable as possible, because I need track time. That's the whole point, man. It's the whole reason I'm doing all this stuff, is driving. But I'm going to shut her down, get her ready for tomorrow morning, let her rest before the storm hits. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some thrashing, especially if I'm competing against my brother's times in one of his cars. Or he will be co-driving this with me, in which case we will really be competing, and I'm going to be pissed because he's going to beat me. It's just what he does. So, thanks for watching, guys. This month got a lot busier than I thought. Thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate it more than you know. I just broke 500 subscribers, by the way. Thank you so much. I honestly never really pictured, like, when I first thought about this, I was like, you know, it's just a crazy thing. Like, I don't know. The idea that there's people out there that will subscribe to my videos and actually watch me on a regular basis when I'm not very good at this stuff yet. I just appreciate it a lot, and I can't wait to actually put out more content that you guys will actually, you know, enjoy, more interesting stuff. So, thank you guys very much. I appreciate all of you, and yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. So, take it easy. Don't work too hard. Stay safe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.